Alright guys, welcome back to my Shogi Study, and this is the continuation of the previous one. And you remember this position if you ever watched the first video. And right here you can offer pawn exchange, and here I said he got around three options, and either way he had a trouble dealing with your attack, right? And but there was one more option, one more possible one right here, which is silver 2-2. Unbelievable, right? Because it looks like he's giving up his silver right here, but if you take it, you're going to lose your rook. And look at material balance right here. You only got one silver, right? And you can play horse 3-1 because his silver is no longer right here, so you can take his general, but you have to deal with dragon because he's threatening to take this knight and lance. uh, so it looks like you are having trouble right here, and you have to defend, and there is no effective way to attack his castle in this position, so it looks like to me better for him. So in order to avoid this, you can play gold 7-8. Then you can promote your bishop next. Of course, he doesn't want that to happen, and if he plays silver 4-4, then you can offer rook exchange, and he can play pawn 8-4. If he drop the pawn right here instead, you know what happens, right? You got so many options to fight back. So this time, let's see what happens when he plays pawn 8-4 instead. You can open the diagonal and he keeps going. You can keep going and pawn push in order to prepare for edge attack in the future. And if he plays gold for 1, then this pawn drop happens. You're not just offering rook exchange, because if he just play rook 8-9, it does nothing, right? But there is a reason for this one. That you can play rook 6-5, and if he play rook 6-2 to defend this square, this pawn drop happen again. What's going on, right? It's clear. If he takes it, you can recapture, and it looks better for you, right? Because he has to defend, but then his rook is gonna be inactive, so it's clearly good for you. Instead of taking this pawn, he can play like this to attack your rook. Then he can play rook 8-2, and in this position your rook looks like it's trapped, right? But don't worry, you can play pawn 6-5, and if he takes it, it will be better. And if he defends like this, you can take this pawn. If he recaptures, you can offer rook exchange. It I believe it's still even, but there are more empty squares in his camp, so yeah, he's gonna have to work harder. Okay, going back to this position right here. He can also play gold 5-2, then you can drop the pawn on 8-5 again. And if you refuse it, this time you can play rook 8-6. And if he plays gold 4-2, then pawn 7-5 is good to go for Ishida style. If he keeps going, you can too. And next, pawn 7-4 is going to be good. Or you can also play pawn 6-5 or bishop 4-6 in the future. So you got a lot of options right here. But if he plays pawn 6-4 right here, for example, you cannot play pawn 7-5 because, for example, right here, this move is very good. And if you insist on Ishida style, this pawn push is great, and now your rook is stuck, and you're gonna have a hard time to find the effective move right here because it's not working, and your bishop is not working as well, and you cannot also pawn push right here or right here, right? So you are all of a sudden running out of your options, so you gotta be careful. So this slight difference makes a huge trouble sometimes. So if he plays pawn 6-4, you can calmly play rook 8-9. And you can go for other routes. And this is what's gonna happen. And this time you can attack this silver instead. And clearly he cannot take it, right? Because it's going to be taken. So he will play silver 5-3 instead. And you can use your right silver. And you cannot play pawn 3-6, and there is a Y. And if he waits, you can attack this square to force this gold to go to this square. And now it's a little bit ugly, right? Then you can play silver 3-6 to attack this square, because now it's the weakest point. If he defends, you can just keep going. And this knight 1-7 is also great because now his castle is breaking apart, and now you can take the advantage, right? And if he tries to run, you can also move your king to prepare for a bigger battle. And now you can also play rook 2-9 next to send more troops right here. And if he tries to fight back, it's going to be like this. If he offers bishop exchange, you can take it, recaptures, and the rook 2-9 happens. If he drops the pawn, you can drop a pawn right here as well. And if he takes it, you can drop the bishop right here, so he cannot take it. And if he runs, you can drop the bishop on 4-6. And if he does something, for example, pawn push on the edge, and he takes it and knight drop. This combination is so powerful, and he's already in the trouble. And instead of offering bishop exchange, he can also play bishop 5-1. But then again, you can play rook to 9, and he tries to defend right here, but this time you can play silver to 5 instead of knight to 5. Because now it's 1 2 3 and 2 1 2, so it's gonna be 3 against 2, so he can not actually defend this square, so it's going to be better for you. And we're back to this position, and you might wonder what happens if he plays knight 3-5 to block your bishop, right? I would say first you can play pawn 6-5 to use the bishop this way, and if he does something, then you can drop knight on 2-6 to take this pawn, and rook 3-2 might be the only option to protect this pawn. Then you can attack the edge, and you can take the pawn first, and if he recaptures or gold rounds, then you can drop the pawn on 1-3. It's not going to be easy for you, but your goal is clear, right? What you do is to attack the edge, and then once you got a lance, you can drop your lance on to 8, for example, to make it more stronger. So yeah, it's going to be better. It's not easy, but it's going to be better for you. Alright, that's gonna be all for this video, and I hope this video as well as the first one inspires you to try something new and enjoy playing shogi more and more. Thanks for watching.